couple of weeks ago, I was wandering around the outskirts of the lost city in the Pale Heart, and I stumbled upon a random ghost just outside of the cave that we entered into the Pale Heart through. This ghost reacted to me walking around it. It even appeared on the radar as a blue dot. It moved in different directions when I got close. Enemies even paid attention to the ghost and tried to shoot at it. It was very strange, and I had no idea why this was here. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out why this ghost was here. It even has a funky design, and eventually I decided to reload the area and it wasn't there, and then I realised I'd picked up a lost ghost and that was why it was there, and it was related to the whole prismatic chest thing. I was quite disheartened realising that it was related to the prismatic chest, but after 2 weeks I am still thinking about this. The reason why is the ghost shell is completely different from anything I've ever seen in Destiny for just a random ghost used for a quest or anything like that. All of the ghosts that I know of, whether they're lost ghosts, whether they're dead ghosts littered around the place, all use the generalist or the generic ghost shell, your default ghost shell that you would get whenever you play Destiny. Now, that's a white ghost shell. I think it's gold tipped or green tipped, but basically the ghost shell is always white. It's always very basic. It basically is your default ghost shell. That's how I look at it, and I would think that's how a lot of people look at that ghost shell. But the ghost shell used for this one activity to get this prismatic chest open is a black shell with an orange tip, and the background of the eye is red. At the time I tried to replicate this ghost shell with my own ghost, and I used the generalist shell. I managed to use a shader which made it entirely black with like an orange sort of red tip, which was quite close, but none of the shaders I used changed the background of the eye. So to my knowledge, you would have to have a ghost shell which actually has a red background of the eye in order to achieve this, but to my knowledge, you can only have the generalist shell to replicate this look. I don't think any other ghost shell really does this. So as far as I know, you can't actually replicate this ghost shell in the game. And this is the first time I've seen it in game. The other weird thing is this all seems related to the Ginormous ghost shell nearby, because whenever you complete this mini quest and the chest opens, the 4 ghosts just sort of fizzle upwards, and the giant ghost makes a noise, which indicates that it probably is a memory of that ghost or something. But that ghost is the generic ghost shell, just massive. It's white, it looks the exact same as our ghost whenever we first got him. It's a generic ghost. But these ghosts that appear for the quest step are black, orange tip, red eye background. It's bizarre. There's a few speculation things you can make. The first one, which is very easy to make, and I'm sure everyone will be jumps to it, it could be a darkness ghost. I mean, our ghost, or your generic ghost, is meant to be the embodiment of light. It's made of light. It's white. It has a gold tip or a green tip or whatever. It's literally the embodiment of the traveler and light and all that sort of stuff. Would a black shell with an orange tip and a red eye be a darkness ghost? And it could be. I have a personal theory which sort of debunks this, which is all ghosts have a bit of darkness in them because light is the physical manifestation of things, whereas darkness is the sort of mental manifestation. So ghosts, because they have their own personalities, have a bit of darkness in them. Don't really know how that would work. But you could say this is a darkness ghost. Maybe it's memories of this ghost who is darkness aligned or something. I don't know. The witness had been in the traveler. I guess in some way could make darkness ghosts. That's a direction you could go. For the most part, I'm just very confused. I have no idea why this ghost is here. I don't know why they used this type of ghost. I don't know why they used this exact ghost shell and like red eye and all this for this step, because I've never seen it in game before. I don't know of any instance where it's used anywhere else. And the lost ghost shell that you pick up is the generic ghost. The one they fizzle into is the generic ghost. Why are these ghost shells completely different? If you've seen this before, please let me know. If you know of it anywhere else in the game, if you're able to replicate this with your own ghost, please let me know. I'd be very interested. But if you have speculation of your own, please leave that in the comments as well. And yeah, mainly this is me trying to figure out why this exists. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed my rant. And if you did, please consider leaving a like, maybe even subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.